everything new. We live new. A brighter path is calling me and you. Week by week, we grow inside with wisdom as our daily guide. A renewed mind, a journey we will see to become the best of who we're meant to be.
Hi, and welcome to the Renewed Mind Podcast, a space where clarity meets purpose and every thought becomes a step toward a better life. I'm your host, and my name is Tokun Makomo, and I'm glad you're here. Each episode is designed to help you pause, reflect, and realign your thinking with the values that truly matter. Through simple, meaningful insights, we explore how a renewed mindset can shape the way you live, respond, and grow. So take a moment to settle in and let's dive into today's conversation. Let me paint a picture for you. A child watches their parents pray during a difficult moment. That child grows up believing that faith is real, not because they were forced to believe, but because they saw it lived out. A teenager notices their mentor saying no to something that will make them money because it conflicted with their values. That teenager learns integrity. Costs something, but it's worth it. Yeah? So the teenager learns that integrity can cost you something, but it's worth it. A colleague observes how you treat the person with the least power in the room with the same respect as the CEO. Something shifts in them. They start seeing people differently. You did that without saying a single word. This is influence. That exactly is what we call influence. But here is a question that most people never ask. What are you influencing people toward? Not intentionally, not consciously, but through every choice you make, every word you speak, every boundary you set or abandon, every compromise you make or refuse, you are influencing someone. And the tragedy is, most people are completely unaware of the power they possess. So today I'm asking you, are you using your influence to build people up or tear them down, to elevate them or manipulate them, to inspire them or exploit them? Today on Renewed Mind, we'll be talking about the word influence. Yes, and it might be the most consequential word you hear this week because influence is the currency of legacy. Now let's define what influence is. Influence means to flow in. The idea that something flows into you and changes you without you always realizing it. Did you get that? Influence is the power to affect someone's thoughts, belief system, or actions through example, reputation, or subtle persuasion. Not force, not manipulation, but presence. Here's what's critical to understand. You are influencing people right now, whether you intend to or not. Your children are watching how you handle stress. Your co-workers are watching how you treat failures. Your friends are watching how you handle success. The stranger on the street is watching how you speak to the cashier. Did you get? One way or the other, you are influencing someone. Every single moment is either influencing someone towards something better or something worse. Yes. And here is the beautiful part. The most powerful influence never requires words. No. It's transmitted through your choices, your integrity, your presence, your peace. Listen to this. Your transformed mind becomes an influence that transforms others. Do you get that? Yes. So once your mind is transformed, that becomes an influence on other people and it transforms them also. Let's clarify what ethical influence is, because many people confuse it with its dark cousin. Now, influence and control. Listen to this. Control says, you must do this. It's forceful and resentful. Influence says, I'm doing this. You're free to choose. It's invitation-based and respectful. Listen to this. Control breeds rebellion. Influence brings alignment. Did you get that? Yes. So you must learn that control is different from influence. Now there's another word, influence and popularity. Popularity is being liked. Influence is being respected. You can be popular and hollow and be quiet and deeply influential. Listen to this. The most influential people often aren't the loudest in the room. Yes, they are not. There's another word of influence and authority. Authority is the position you hold. Influence is the respect you have earned. You can have authority without influence, but true influence creates willing followers, not forced compliance. So do you get the major difference between these words and influence? And there are steps to ethical influence. Yes, there are ways at which you can go about it. Number one is examine your motives. Why do you want to influence this person? Is it for their benefit or yours? Be honest. Yes, be honest about it. The second step is leave it first. Don't ask anyone to go where you haven't been. Model the change you want to see. Lead by example. Lead by example. The third one is build trust before influence. This is very powerful. Spend time with them. Show genuine care. Let them know you have their interest at heart. Yes. The fourth step is speak truth gently. Share your perspective, but leave room for theirs. Here is what I've learned. What's your perspective? Give people room to also share their thoughts and what they believe. The next step is respect their timeline. Change happens at different speeds. Wait patiently. Do you get? The next one is celebrate their growth. When they move in a positive direction, acknowledge it. Fuel their transformation. Yes, acknowledge it and celebrate their wins. The last step is release the outcome. You can influence, but you can't control. Let go of needing them to change exactly as you envision. Let me give you a practical illustration of this. There was a young man named Marcus who was headed in the wrong direction. Drugs, anger, heading towards prison. That seems inevitable. His uncle, quiet, steady, unspectacular, didn't lecture him, didn't threaten him, didn't give motivational speeches. Instead, he just showed up. Every Saturday, he would pick Marcus up. They would walk on cars together. The uncle would share stories about his own failures, his own temptations, his own journey towards becoming a man of integrity. That's what the uncle does with Marcus. He never said, don't do drugs. He just lived a life so full of purpose that drugs seem pointless by comparison. Did you get that? He never said, be better. He just showed up. What better looked like? Not perfect, but authentic. Struggling, but steady. Years later, Marcus was clean. He had a job. He had self-respect. He had a future. And when asked what changed, he was asked what changed your life. Marcus didn't mention a real program or a sermon or a stern warning. He said, my uncle showed me who I could become by living it first. Power of influence. That's ethical influence. No manipulation, no coercion, just a life lived so intentionally that it becomes contagious. That's what influence does. So listen, your life is either a warning or an example. Either way, you are influencing someone. Take it. Your life is either a warning or an example. And the greatest influence is exerted by authentic presence, not eloquent words. No. To influence others, lead them not by force, but by example. To influence others, lead them not by force, but by example. You don't have to be loud to be influential. You just have to be real. Yes. You just have to be real. When you're real with people, they would really come close to you to learn from you. The most powerful form of leadership is living what you believe. Yes, that's the most powerful form of leadership, living what you believe. Let me close with something sobering and beautiful at the same time. And you have to take note of this. You are being watched. Take this into your heart today. Not in a creepy way, but in a human way. Someone is watching how you handle disappointment. Someone is observing how you treat people who can't help you. Someone is noting whether your words match your actions. You are influencing someone, and that person, maybe without even realizing it, is asking the most important question of their life. Is it possible to live with integrity? Is it possible to have peace in a chaotic world? Is it possible to be happy without compromising who you are? That's the power of your influence. Your life is answering that question for them. Just have this at the back of your mind, that you are influential. Your life answering question that people have in their mind makes you a man and a woman of influence. And here is this sacred truth. The moment you stop trying to be impressive and start being authentic, The moment you stop trying to convince people and start living your conviction, your influence multiplies exponentially. The moment you stop trying to convince people and start living your conviction, your influence multiplies exponentially. Because people don't follow impressive, they follow real. They follow trustworthy. They follow people who are becoming who they say they are. So here's my challenge for you this week. Identify one person you want to positively influence and lead them by example, not by lecturing, not by posting motivational quotes, by living it, by showing up, by being consistent, by proving that transformation is possible. Your children need to see how you handle failure. Yes, your wife needs to see how you handle failure. Your husband needs to see how you handle failure. Your co-worker needs to see how you handle success. Your friend needs to see how you handle betrayal. Your community needs to see how you handle power. Be the example you wish you had. And as you do that, the change you desire begins to happen. Thank you for spending this time with me on the Renewed Mind podcast. I hope today's episode gave you something meaningful and insightful to carry into your week. Remember that renewal starts first in the mind, with the thoughts you choose and the perspective you embrace. If you found value in today's episode, be sure to follow the podcast and share it with someone who needs it too. And as we close for today, I want you to say these words with me. That my mind is renewed, that my steps are aligned, that my life is changing, and I become better. Until next time when I will come your way, remember it's about thanking you and living you. Thank you, and have a good week.
Start your Monday with a rising flame, a clearer vision, a higher aim. On every platform, hear the call to stand up stronger after every fall. Renewed mind, we think new, we live new, together finding all that's true. A year of growth, a steady climb, a better life.